Hi everyone! So, I am here for that's a good start. A very highly requested video. I'm here to film, I'm here to talk to you guys about growing out your pixie cut. This is probably not a video that all of you guys can use right now, find useful later maybe, because I think everyone should cut their hair short at least once. Okay, maybe not everyone, but most people should cut their hair short at least once. Maybe you can just take in these tips or listen for future reference. I'm growing out my pixie now. Been 2 weeks since my last cut, which is not long at all, but my hair was like up here, so it's grown that much, so that's cool. I have grown out my hair many times before. I've had my pixie cut for a while. I've grown it out a few times, and I have some tips, or I guess just sharing some stuff with you guys. The first thing that I want to say is don't worry about it. I feel like a lot of people are scared to cut their hair in pixies, or if they have a pixie, they're scared to grow it out because they don't know what the growing out process is going to be. Because I mean, a lot of people talk about how terrible it is, and there are some bad moments, but it's nothing that like a bobby pin can't fix. It's not that bad. And you also have to remember that growing out a pixie cut does not take like years. Growing out your hair really long does, but growing out a pixie cut just to a bob or something, you know, semi kind of long where you can put it up in maybe a small ponytail or something, really only takes about 4 to 5, okay, maybe not 4 to 5 months, maybe about like 5 months or something like that. For my pixie cuts, it usually takes like 4 months or something to be a really short bob, and then 6 months it was here, and then you can see other videos, a year is usually right here. Time flies, okay? So don't worry about that. Don't worry about growing it out. It's really not that bad. Another thing would be to resist the urge to chop it off again when it gets tough. And be prepared to want to chop it off. It's not terrible, but it's also not the most enjoyable thing because you have those bad days where you're like, oh, I feel so gross. It's weird because your hair isn't long where you want it to be, probably since you're growing it out, and your hair isn't at that really cute, probably cute short hair stage. It's just short hair. You are gonna want to just chop it all off and give up, probably. Most of you guys, if you're growing it out, will want to chop it off again. I usually do, but there's been a few times where I actually stuck in there and didn't, and you just have to hang in there. Tip number 2 would be to watch that mullet. Some girls let their hair grow, let that mullet grow out because they absolutely do not want to cut any more hair off, and maybe they like the feeling of, oh, my hair is getting long, which it is, but it's only getting really long or really fast in that bottom back part. I've seen a few people work with it and not chop it off, but I highly recommend getting regular cuts just for that part if you want it to stay cute. You can work with it, I guess, if you want to grow the mullet out and pin this back so it just looks like it's just pinned here and then it's just long here. But it's a lot easier if you just go in and just get that part cut off. Every time that I grow my hair out, I go in for regular cuts, probably 2 weeks longer. I don't even really count, but I think I read somewhere that you go, for pixie cuts, you go in every 6 weeks to get a trim, go 2 weeks past that. I don't know. I usually just don't go in until I'm okay, this mullet is out of control. You will know when that time has come. Trust me. When you get that mullet, it will start flipping. And once you get that flip and it looks different, you'll just know it looks gross. If you keep that back in check, keep that mullet in check, it won't really even look like to an outside person that you're growing out a pixie cut. It'll just look like you just have short hair. And then eventually, short hair, it'll get to a bob. And that takes about 4 to 5 months, I think. 4 months, I think, usually for me it takes to be a very short bob. So really, please, just do that. So I go in for my trims whenever I have a out of control mullet, and all I do is chop the mullet off. I don't cut the front, I don't cut the sides, only the back. Another tip would be when you're growing it out, just growing out the pixie cut, just think about getting to the bob. Once you get to the bob, you are good to go, okay? So that's why I say keep cutting the back, because this goes faster, and then this starts growing out, and then it meets up with that bottom half. And then your hair, or at least the bottom layer, is all one length, and then you can grow it out and you can not go and get your hair cut for months and months. Until you're at the bob, just try not to even think about how your hair isn't like down to your boobs. Just aim for the bob. If the bob is what you want, then you're good. And also, once you get to a short bob, that's when you can curl it and start doing fun things. So just look forward to the bob. And when you get to a bob haircut, enjoy it. It's one of my favorite haircuts. It's fun, and it's still short, so it's still kind of different. It's great. So that's something you should be looking forward to. Enjoy the hairstyles or the hair lengths that come while growing out your hair, okay? Just enjoy them, work with them. I would also recommend taking advantage of that semi-short kind of awkward hair length or whatever. Just know that it's not gonna look 100% as you're growing out your pixie. It's not gonna look terrible, it shouldn't at least, but it's not going to be the cutest your hair has ever looked. Just accept that, and what I usually do is I take advantage of that time where no matter what I do, it's not going to look amazing. So I usually try not to use like heat, really. I definitely do not like straighten my hair at all. I blow dry it very little, if at all. Like I didn't blow dry my hair at all, and I probably won't for a while. Keep your hair healthy. And I feel like when your hair's short and if you're trying to work with it and flat iron it, girls, you'll get like mad with your hair, and then you'll be like, come on, stay. And then you will fry your hair trying to make it look great. It's not going to look great. So just like try and play around with not using as much heat or any heat at all. And moving on to the next thing. Since you shouldn't be using heat, hair accessories. Everyone should know this if you've done a little bit of research. Hair accessories are your love when you're growing out your pixie cut, okay? Little head scarves, little headbands, head wraps, bobby pins, pretty pins, putting it behind your ears, a little bit of gel, to slick it back or something, hats, hoods, any of the above, anything, hair accessories, you will love them, okay? The part that's awkward about the pixie cut is the sides around your ears. These two portions of hair, that takes forever to grow. You'll be like, oh, my hair is this part, like even these top layers will be long back here, and these parts like grow so slow. It's incredible how slow they grow. I don't know why. I think it's because, they cut it really, really short above your ear to kind of taper it around your ear. I don't know, but that's the terrible awful. Headbands, you can kind of just push those little hairs back, and so it blends in with this longer part, and it'll look like a bob within like 3 months. If you use the hair accessories, push those parts back, or you use a little bobby pin, or if you can, put it behind your ears, and it'll blend into this long part, and you'll have a fake bob within like 3 to 4 months. That's what I always do. Sometimes I'll wear a hat or like a big headscarf or something for like a whole week, and like I won't do anything to my hair, I won't touch it. Like I'll get out of the shower and then I'll put it in a hat, or I'll put it in a scarf or whatever. And then it's kind of fun to then take it off like a week later and shower. Well, you should be showering in between, but take it off and then stop wearing it for a little bit, and you can be like, oh, my hair grew a little bit in that week, and you won't notice because it was tied up in the scarf or the headband or the hat for a whole week or something. I don't know, because you weren't focusing on it. So yeah, I don't know. Accessories, yeah, and you can never go wrong with the twist and pin with a bobby pin. If you're having problems with the little size, if you want to switch it up and do a middle part, but obviously this part is short, all you do is do the middle part, okay, middle part, and then twist, and then pin back, and you have something kind of new. Whatever. I do the little twist and pin a lot, especially when I wear hats, because then when you do the middle part and you pin it back and then put it in a hat, it almost looks like you have like a lot of hair just tucked in the hat because you have a middle part, and with short hair you won't have a middle part. So it kind of looks different. Play with the parts, play with hats, because then you can hide it and just do like a little thing in the front. Like sometimes I'll, with my hair was longer, you know, like my celebrity crush tag, I took the little longer parts of hair and I put them in front, and it looks like you have longer hair. So that's kind of fun too, I guess. Okay, another thing, while you are growing out your hair, and we've talked about that you've now accepted the fact that your hair isn't going to look 100%. Again, it's not going to look bad, it's just not going to look like awesome. Or maybe it will, I don't know, it's just really not that bad. Anyways, focus on other things. Try to have patience and try to just forget that you're growing your hair out. Enjoy whatever length it is at that time. Get excited that it's grown a little bit since last month, whatever, and focus on other things. Like I usually take more time with my makeup when I'm growing out my hair, or trying to find a different style that's going to go with my new hair length, you know, things like that. Time to find other things to focus on. For me, that's usually my makeup or style. I think it's fun to kind of like change your style because, you know, a new haircut or new hair length is coming up, and like I'm getting healthier because I'm thinking about and I'm visualizing this end result that's going to be hopefully me with longer hair. I'm going to be also more healthy, I'm going to be fit, and I'm going to have cool style, and I'm going to find a new makeup look, you know? Just think positive. Another thing for positivity or whatever, and staying in the zone and staying strong, I really like to, you guys have probably seen on Instagram like that I'm really into like vision boards and visualizing what you want and being positive or whatever, but main point is vision boards, and I like seeing things. So I will print out usually a few pictures of like hairstyles that I like, so maybe like a short cute bob. I'll be like, ooh, that, and that's gonna be that in 4 months or whatever, and then once I get there I'll keep it up for a little bit, and then I can take it down or leave it up, whatever, and then go to my next picture, which is it maybe like right here, like on the collarbones. I still haven't found these pictures, I've really only found the long end result pictures, and then, you know, another picture of where you eventually want it to be, just to kind of give you like a few goals and a few things to look forward to, not just a girl with really long hair. Don't get so obsessed with growing out your hair, gonna have long hair, that you forget about all the cute styles you're gonna have along the way. I think a lot of you guys have asked me if I do like hair treatments or things like that. I don't do hair treatments usually. Like I said, I try not to use the heat, and maybe I'll go like 1 extra day without washing it or something, just to keep it healthy and get all the oils all in there and just not dry out my hair, things like that. I take good care of my hair while I'm growing it out. I haven't done this in the past, but I started taking prenatal vitamins, prenatal gummy vitamins. I just decided to try it out. We'll see if those work. You guys will see in my videos if my hair looks like it's growing really fast. We'll just say it's the prenatal vitamins. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to go and get some prenatal vitamins or the little gummies. You know, extra vitamins, and if it helps your hair grow, then great. I think that's all my tips. To sum it up, keep that mullet in check. Keep your hair healthy. Try to use less heat if you can. Hair accessories, best friends. Patience and positivity, and set goals for your hair. Don't get too like overwhelmed. It's really not that big of a deal. You're only growing out your pixie for like 4 months, and then it's a bob. Don't think about your super short hair to here. No, think about getting your pixie cut to a bob, and your bob to your collarbones, and whatever. To those of you who have never had a pixie cut before, don't worry about growing it out. Like I said, it's not a big deal. If you get it cut off, you can grow it out. Like, don't be scared of the pixie cut. The pixie cut is your friend. If your pixie cut, growing out your pixie cut journey does not go as smoothly as mine usually does, remember, you can always, once you get your hair to that bob, you can get cheap little or whatever clip-in extensions. Your hair is growing as we speak. It's no biggie. I hope this helps me, you guys. If you have any questions that I did not answer, leave them down below. If I get a few questions that I feel like I can talk about for a while, I'll do a part 2 to this video where I answer your questions. So if you guys have any further questions about growing out your pixie cut, leave them down below. I'll answer them in a video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!